Alright guys, today we're going to install the Dension Gateway 500S. This is GW52M01. M01 is the single port. The M02 has a dual port. Audis always use a single port when you don't need the dual port. Okay, so first thing you can do is your dip switches. If you look down here, you can have some dip switch settings. Audi is officially 2, 5, and 6 up. This car has factory Bluetooth, so what we're going to do right here is we're going to turn off 6, because 6 deactivates Bluetooth, but what actually deactivates is communication with the car. So since the car has Bluetooth, we don't want to try to talk to the car because it would mess up the Bluetooth. So we're going to leave it with 2 and 5 up and 6 to turn off the Bluetooth. Alright. Now this car has factory Bluetooth, so obviously this is where the microphone would go. We're not using it. If you don't have factory Bluetooth, or yours is broken because they tend to go bad, you can always disconnect the factory Bluetooth, plug this in, and use this as a Bluetooth. Alright, so iPod cable goes right here. Okay. Aux box. This is going to go here. The aux box goes closest to the USB, and then the USB from the aux box goes on the bottom. Okay? Ready? Done? Let me see that zooms in. Alright, on the other side now we have the fiber optic. On the other side we have the power and the ground. Let's do that connection first. Okay? So what you do with the power and the ground, you actually have the ground I prepared with a ring terminal. Does not come with this ring terminal. We can supply for you a little kit. And this is also our tap-in for our fuses. What this does is that this actually allows you to, this goes into the fuse box. Power goes in through here, out through here, and then if you have an existing fuse, it goes on closer to the fuses. But since we don't have an existing fuse in this car, we're just going to use it as a nice tap. It's a lot cleaner than anything else I use. So this goes in here, and this protects it. Okay, but we're not going to plug that in until you're done with the job, because the last thing you want is by mistake arcing something. All right, and then the fiber optics, nice and easy. Fiber optics is going to go over here. This and this box comes with all these goodies right here. That you don't need. That you don't need. This one you need. So you're gonna grab the one. See, I can make this easy for you guys. Okay, the side with the tab. See the side with the little locking mechanism. You're gonna grab that cable with the side with the locking mechanism, and you're gonna put that in here. All right. Don't squeeze it close. Just leave it like that. Now that's it. That's all your bench prep, and now you go off to the car. All right. All right. Now as far as tools, you're not gonna need much. All you need is radio removal keys. We sell those in an 8mm socket. You can do it on a regular ratchet. I just use this because that's what I use. And then wire strippers. That's it. Pretty much it. You don't need anything else. This, and a pair of wire strippers. Maybe a crimper to crimp the ground and onto the thing. That's it. All right, off to the car we go. All right, guys. We're in a 2006 Audi 8. We're going to show you how to take out the CD changer to do an iPod install. It's pretty easy. All you're going to do, you come over here. Just going to pull out this pocket first. As you put your hand in, okay, it just pulls right out. No force. See, all it is this little thing holds it in. Then you're going to try with the radio removal keys to take out the actual changer. All right, so it always has, like the customer just reminded me, he saw my old video, a little bit of an upward bend. Okay. And then you're going to pull out and try to pull out the radio out the front. It came out. It usually doesn't come out that easy, okay? If it doesn't come out, what you do, stick your hand like this, grab a towel, and you can go in here and you can, as you're doing that, you can actually push it from the back and it comes right out, okay? So once you get that out, you're gonna come over here, unplug the fiber optic, you're gonna come over here, you're gonna squeeze these two together. Whoops. See if I give you a better view. All right, there you go. Let me give you a better view of that. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna squeeze this right here, and that comes out, and you're gonna squeeze these two together, and that'll come right out. All right, now you're gonna put the CD changer down on the floor. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab, let me zoom in on this. All right, this actually has a little locking tab right here. So you're gonna push up on the locking tab to release it, and you're gonna pull right out. Okay. Some of the newer cars don't have this over it, so this little blue thing is on the thing. So you're gonna grab your key, rate removal key, push this through. All right. I just take it out because it becomes a pain if you don't take it out. All right. So you're gonna see these arrows here. See if I can. Can you zoom in on that better? No, I don't know if you can see those arrows. This one's going up and this one's going down. So what you can do, the one going outward, you're gonna stick the key in here a little. I'll show you exactly how I do it. You're gonna stick the key in here. All right, and then just it pulls right out. Not always that easy, especially when you're doing it for a video. All right, just wedge it a little. You don't want it too hard, because if you go too far, you might crack it. All right. So now we're here. Let me go get the parts we already prepped, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, now so remember the fiber optic wires I had you prep inside? Since you prepped them inside, this is going to be really easy. All right. The one that is naked goes into the factory adapter, and then you're going to push the little blue thing through, the thing you took out, goes right back in, and you lock it in. All right. The one that you took out of the factory connector, you're going to hook up to the male-to-male, and you're going to shut it closed. Okay, so now the little cover you took off goes back on. This goes into the CD changer, and the one that's flying away goes into the dention. Now, little thing about power and ground. You technically, if you want to, let me make it a little darker. Technically, if you want to, you can tap in power into the red and ground into the brown. In this car, to be honest with you, it's so easy to tap in at the fuse box that I don't even bother, because you know, if you tap in here, someone can always say that you caused the CD changer to break, you caused this, you caused that. So it doesn't make any sense to me to do it, okay? Alright guys, now it's the weekend before Christmas. It's 30 degrees out and I'm freezing. Obviously I'm outside due to the lighting, so I'm going to do this very quick. Alright, panel popper off. Takes that off. There's a little notch right there if you want to use a screwdriver. I use a panel popper because I don't want to break anything. I mean, scratch anything. Alright, so I use this as a ground. I've said this before in all my videos, this is not a good ground. With that said, I've been using it for the last 8 years. Not once have I had it go bad. The key is you have to make sure it's tight. If it's really tight, it'll go no problem. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to grab the power connections we already prepped inside. We're going to put the screw through there. Alright, I always put it over here so when it spins, it doesn't even spin. Put it really snug. It's not going nowhere. Now, next thing we're going to do is we'll grab power. I'm pretty sure power is over here, but I'm going to go grab my meter to double check. Alright, now here I am with the key off. Meter in my hand. We're going to hold the negative to the metal, and then we're going to come in here with the meter. Okay, just like I thought. This whole side row is constant. See? Keys off and it's showing 12. You see that? Yeah, you can see that. All right, so it's showing 12.5 volts. So make sure when you put in the power, if you're using our fuse tap, this is the feed right here, okay? So you gotta make sure that the fuse goes in down, like that, okay? So now that you did that, all you gotta do is, see this little hole right here? Is you just feed it through there, put your hand in the glove box, fingers will touch, power is run. Now it fell out, that's okay. You also want it down there so it's hidden, and you put it down here, doesn't matter which one it is, just got to make sure wire's facing that way and that's going down. So there's your power. Let's go back in. So now that we ran the cable, you can take this out. The fuse, don't forget, goes on the outside. For some reason you're in Europe that has some real weird fully loaded unit, you know, you could, if you have an existing fuse, you can go in there, but in this car you're going to use that one right there and we're good. Alright, now what we're doing is we took the pocket and we drilled out the back of it. If you look at this hole is big enough for the iPod, but we had to make the other one bigger for the little switcher box and the USB extension. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to unravel all this stuff. Okay. Okay. So the little switcher box, we're going to take the hole out of the back. Made the big hole for that. The reason you need to make the big hole is for the USB, because if you look at the USB, it won't fit through the hole that's in there. Okay. You do that. You do that. Now the iPod cable I like to make come out of the opposite side. No real reason for that. Just to separate them. You can do whatever you want. It's your car. Now this customer has an iPod. So he's going with the iPod cable in the glove box. If you want, you saw I just reached over and grabbed the power cable. You can actually reach over and down and through the bottom over here, just grab your iPod cable. It's so easy, I'm not even going to show you. All right, so what we're doing is we're going to grab the power unit, power cable, loop it around back, make sure it comes out the left hole. We're going to do the same thing with this unit. Okay. Now, if some of you guys want to see how difficult I made this sound last time, go watch my old video. It's kind of crazy, but it sounds so difficult. All right, so what we're doing, the one with the tag is the one from the switcher box, so that's going there. This is the USB for the switcher box, it's going there, and then the iPod cable is going here. Well, you can see that. Yep, I'm not doing it. I have a feeling this video's gonna be a little bright. Let's make it a little darker right now. I already see it looks bright. All right. Sorry if I had a bright video, but I'm not a video guy. I'm an installer. Even though I do a pretty good job, I think. All right, here's the power cable. Actually, do the power cable last. That's always a good idea. So, dension. That protects the fiber optic connection. That goes in there, and then the power goes in last. Okay. Now, as far as these cables right here, I always like to keep them snug. Okay. Now, what you're going to do now is you're going to hold this as you push this back. Now, if you go back into the left, there's a nice little thing right there. It's like a little pocket. That's why I've always put these things. It holds it nicely, so it doesn't rattle, and at the same time, it's out of the way of the changer. So now we plug back in the changer. Doesn't matter what order, USB or fiber optic or power, and I'm pretty sure there's a guy out there saying yes it does. Anyway, also make sure you take the CDs out, because I did not take the CDs out of the CD changer, but if you do make a mistake and you make the changer upside down while it's moving around like this, you will need to replace the CD changer. Alright. That goes right in. Now this is what I like to do with this. You figure out how much room or slack you want. With this thing, you never want any slack on the aux box. Alright. So we always try to put that as far back as possible. And the iPod cable, you always want a little bit of slack. So we do that. And then you just take all these cables and you put them back here. Alright. And the aux box is back there nice and hidden. And that's it. iPod cable here. Guess what? That's how easy it is to do. The install's done, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let me, video's brought to you by EnfigCarStereo.com. We sell and install. We also ship worldwide. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Thank you for watching.